beautiful weather. I can't get over how much the Lord has really blessed this trip. Today, though, coming back through to the ramp area, the motor was slipping, and I don't understand that. So I've got to talk to somebody, because last thing I need is the next trip is to have that be a problem. So I've got several things to fix. My phone display that was broken. It looks like the motor might need some maintenance. Bemidji needs maintenance. A bunch of things that need to be done. Should be able to take care of it, hopefully. I just need to figure out the timing of when to do that. Getting to places I was planning to go, seeing some good wildlife. Would have liked to have seen more, but I did get some unique sightings with that lynx, so cannot fault the trip. It was, and sometimes you go a long time. A few years ago, I saw the pack of wolves cross the Narrows, swimming across the Narrows. Again, that's a fairly rare. Okay, folks, we're just leaving the park, heading to Bemidji for an overnight there to visit family, friends, for breakfast tomorrow morning. Weather here is great. It was very pleasant working as I got the boat ready to go for the road. 69 degrees, pretty hard to beat temperature-wise, and conditions just really good. This is just outside the park. Took me 3 hours and 15 minutes by the time I reached the ramp till I was ready to go. Probably took another 15-20 minutes because I went over my checklist to make sure I had everything, got underway. We should be in Bemidji 1:30, 1:45, I'm guessing, which is about what I had planned. Of course, we've got a ways to go, so we'll see how that pans out in the end. Like a popular launch ramp back there. So we're just passed through Northholm en route to Bemidji. Next town will be Black Duck. So far, so good. I just had to stop once at the beginning because I'd left two lines hanging on the bow of the boat. They're usually hidden behind the door, so I didn't see them until I got underway and had to stop and pull those off so that they didn't get blown away in the wind sometime. They probably would have been fine, but I don't usually leave them out. Weather still the same. The wind, I think, has picked up a little bit. You can tell it's blowing around a little bit more. We should be close to being on time, getting into Bemidji. It'll be a nice visit a little bit more with family and then friends tomorrow morning. Going to meet in town at 8 tomorrow morning for breakfast with a bunch of my old high school buddies that we used to do some adventures with, and they haven't seen the boat, so they'll get an introduction to the boat, and we'll have breakfast and visit. We haven't done that for at least 2 years, I think. We just turned off 71. We're going to my sister's house for the night and visit with family. This is some of the country that I grew up in. Grew up on a farm north of Bemidji and with 9 siblings. So this is back in the home ground here. It'll be good to take a break. A little worn out with the long day of getting the boat ready to go down the road. And I haven't had anything since breakfast other than a cold drink, and that's about it. Should have had some of that handful of nuts or something, but decided not to. Be there in a few minutes, and it's always a trick because I've got to back it across the road into my sister's place, which has a narrow drive. Hopefully it'll go smoothly and that we won't have any cars waiting like I did last time. Stand by, folks. Off to the right is Mobile Lake. It was an old, we used to come here to go swimming all the time right off to the right here until they sold the beach to somebody privately So they lost that beach. It's unfortunate. Well, that'll be enough for now. We'll pick you up tomorrow. Good morning, folks. We're just heading out of Bemidji now, my hometown. On our way, I just got breakfast with my 4 buddies and had a really good visit. Walked them through the boat a little bit so they got an idea of what I do when I take these trips. And we've got about 5 hours before we get home, so we got a ways to go. Had a nice visit with my sister and parked in her yard overnight. Shared a pizza out in the afternoon. Went into Keith's Pizza and got a fresh baked pizza. Enjoyed that with a cold beer. And now I'm heading home. Looks a little bit rainy looking. I'm not sure if it's supposed to rain today, but it has that look about it. Got a truck ahead of me pulling out. I got to make sure I don't run into somebody here. There's more traffic in this town than I thought there would be. We're just south of Bemidji here now, coming down the big hill into Yabakona corner. Here we take a left at the bottom of the hill here. Looks like it's raining to the south. The lights are on, so I should probably turn mine on because it's going to be raining pretty soon. So anyway, we're trucking along. Temperatures 62 outside. Pleasant temperatures. Roads are a little damp here, so it must have rained here already. You go right, you go down to Park Rapids. If you go left, you go to Aiken, and places south, then that's where we're headed. Keep thinking about a fall trip. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. Thinking about possibly going over to Quebec. It's a long drive, a 2-day drive. It's new country, so I think, it might be nice to go over there. But I got to be confident that my motor is working, and right now I'm not sure if it is. I'm going to have to probably have it looked at if I can't figure out myself what the problem is. Just as I was coming into the launch ramp, it was surging or slipping kind of, and if you manipulate the throttle, it would make cracking sounds out of the motor, and I don't know if that's just the control, something hitting against the motor cover. So when I get home today, I'm going to pull that cover off, and maybe I can get a neighbor to get up in the boat and manipulate the throttle and figure out what's going on there. Could be a variety of different things. It may not be anything wrong with the engine. It may be just a throttle issue or water in the gas that could cause some surging. But it seemed consistent. That's the only thing. It was mostly when I went at higher RPMs is when I noticed it. But of course that could still be a plugged filter or something like that could cause that. We're just coming into the town of Motley. Little small town. We rejoin Highway 10, which is the main drag that goes down to where I live in White Bear Lake, at least very close by. Should arrive there around 2 o'clock, 2:15, something like that. Depends a little bit on traffic. The rain clouds have passed. We've got sunny weather now again. Some high, thin clouds. Sometimes I'll stop here when I come through town at the Dairy Queen, but not this time. We may stop further down the road because I just had breakfast not long ago. I think probably the thing that keeps this place going is there is one main business in town, and then this is a major intersection, so a lot of people coming through this area just to get back towards the cities on their way down that directions. One benefit is that we've got a split highway again now from here on, so it's always nice because I oftentimes travel a little slower than some of these other vehicles, so they're always itching to get by me if we don't have a 2-lane. From here on, it's split all the way to my hometown pretty much. Just coming into Big Lake, Minnesota. Small town here on the water. Slowly making our way down to the cities. Traffic's a little heavier than I expected for middle of the week, middle of the day. About an hour to go yet, I guess. Hopefully when I get there, I'll start unloading gear and begin the process of getting ready for the next trip. Still undecided about where that's going to be. It'll probably be east, 2-day drive, but I can't decide whether to go to McGregor Bay or to the lake in Quebec. Both are good options. Both of them take a little more planning before I can make a final decision. Coming into Elk River, another small town. This one's kind of a borderline suburb of the Twin Cities. There's a lot of people that commute from here to work in the Twin Cities. I don't know what the population is. Maybe it has that on a sign around here, but it's just going over the Mississippi River. Kind of a nice little town. I wouldn't mind living here. It's a nice community. Not too far from the cities, but far enough you get away from some of that city environment. There's a Dairy Queen here that I have stopped at previously before. It's a nice place to pick up a strawberry shake when you're in the mood. But I'm on a mission here to get into the Twin Cities before the 694 rush hour, and so I won't be stopping. It's right on the right here coming up, the Dairy Queen that is. I've got to get the boat unloaded out of the way for the mailman because I have to park on the street where he comes in, so I have to pull up forward quite a bit so he can get in. But the best thing is to unload and be out of the way. So I'm trying to beat the clock and get home, get the work done. It's about 80 degrees now down here, so it's going to be hot working. Mostly sunny skies, so it's not going to be cool, that's for sure. Jumping up and down off the boat. But most of the stuff I have prepared, ready to go to unload, so it should take a minimal amount of time. Into the 694 loop. It's hoping to beat the traffic, but I already have a little bit of stop and go here, I see. So sometimes I'm probably about 15-20 minutes late. I should have gotten here a little earlier and this wouldn't be quite so bad. Unless there's something going on up front, which there could be, you know. Sometimes they slow down in this area around Rice Street. But I got to give plenty of room here for braking, so there's a truck on the side that would not help things. Any distraction usually causes the traffic to slow. Try to avoid these situations when possible, but it's not always possible. This little cloud cover looks like it might have a thunder shower or two later. I'm hoping it's more later than earlier so that I can get this boat unloaded and parked on the street before it pours down. It's not overly threatening, but there are a few showers around. So it's only a little after 2, which is amazing that there's this much traffic already. We've still got the worst of it's yet to come. Just about to make our final turn here, going northbound on 35E, and then take the first exit, which is County Road E. That'll take us into White Bear Lake. So we're coming up on our turn in the final segment of our trip. Traffic's a little lighter on 35E compared to 694 loop, which is not surprising. Well, we're home. We're right on 61 here, just about a mile or so away from home. It'll be good to be home again. It always is, because it means that's the next step to get started on the next trip. And I've got a lot of work to do, a lot of things to fix on the boat. A lot of the things that were new have worked really well. The inflatable dinghy, the electric outboard, the new solar panels, number of things have worked really well, but there's a lot of other things that need to be repaired and fixed. Trim on the windows, the stops leaking, number of other things. So we've got our work cut out for us before fall. So, and most of all, the outboard motor on the boat, which seemed to be acting up. So we got to get that going. We will talk to you the next trip.